Hello everyone, welcome to Voice of Wonders. I want us to listen to a message from our pastor, W.F. Kumuyi. Please do not scroll past this video. Listen and be blessed. Thank you.
Purge your conscience. Purge your conscience from dead works to serve the living God. When Christ works on us, when he cleanses us, when he purges our conscience will become sensitive. It's like you clean up the mirror, and then the mirror is now clear and will bring the right picture unto you. But you see, there are people, their consciences, doesn't appear their consciences are purged by the blood of Christ. And so they act as if there's no conscience. Your conscience is the policeman inside you that says, first of all, a watchman, don't go there. If you're getting nearer and nearer, your conscience, if it's still alive, is saying you're getting nearer the edge of the cliff. You might fall down there. And if you fall down there, you'll crush your own bones. And when you've done something that's not right, I warned you, I told you, it's the policeman that will arrest you and convict you. But there are people that just go from uncleanness to uncleanness, from bad behavior to bad action, and there's no conscience. That's why we're told in 1 Timothy chapter 4. In 1 Timothy chapter 4, reading from verse 2, it says in verse 2, speaking lies in hypocrisy. They have to do that to cover up what they do, to make excuses for what they do, and to make excuses for the uncleanness they get to every time. Speaking lies in hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron. Acts chapter 24, reading from verse 16. Herein do I exercise myself to have always a conscience void of offense toward God and toward men. When the blood of Christ washes and cleanses us from all uncleanness, we're sensitive. I don't want to do anything that will soil my hand, that will sear my conscience, that will harden my heart. And herein do I exercise myself to have always a conscience void of offense toward God and toward men. Number 3 here is the burden of converting the adamantly unclean. That's the burden we have. You read, when you read the prophets, the burden of Isaiah, the son of Amos, the burden of Amos, the burden of this other prophet. The burden we have is the burden to convert the people who are adamantly unclean. And you start from the nearest person to you. They're unclean, they're adamant, they're depraved, they're hardened, and it looks like, although they talk about heaven, heaven, heaven almost every day, but they don't have the mind to pay the price to even stop and think about their lives, the way I'm going and the things I'm doing, and we don't know when death will come, brothers and sisters. We don't know. It might come suddenly, unprepared. And the fellow had been adamantly unclean. Where will he spend eternity? The people who are unclean like that, look at this. In Proverbs chapter 30, I'm reading from verse 12. Proverbs 30, verse 12. There is a generation that are pure in their own eyes, and yet is not washed from their filthiness. People who rush to church, they hear the word of God. They're supposed to pray after that. And instead of just staying there and pouring out their hearts to God, so they can be cleansed, saved, restored, refined, purified. Time is more important to them. They're looking at their time. They're looking at rushing out. When will you ever have the cleansing that prepares you for heaven in a hurry all the time? Hearing the word or looking at the wristwatch in a hurry? After hearing the word, time is going, Pastor. It's a busy city. Before we get home, do you know when we got home the other time? And then you get back home, you continue life as usual. When will you prepare for eternity? Because there's a generation of people who are pure in their own eyes, and yet is not washed from their filthiness. Look at Psalm 51. And I'm reading from verse 12. Restore unto me the joy of thy salvation, and uphold me by thy free spirit. Look at verse 13. Then, only then, will I teach transgressors thy ways, and sinners shall be converted.
Hi everyone, you hear what Pastor Kumuyi said. Don't be in a hurry to go home after service. Stay and pray so that you be cleansed and ready for heaven. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.